in fuel depots across the country as a way to reduce over-dependence on neighboring countries for national fuel. Mr. Sohwane said this on Saturday near Chobokwani village during the groundbreaking ceremony of the Khanzi fuel depot. Lesego Mokwaisi compiled this one.
At the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the country was hit by fuel shortages, which proved once again the impact of fuel supply on the country's heavy reliance on imports of refined petroleum products from neighboring countries. This then prompted the government to take action to secure fuel availability, affordability, and reliability, since fuel availability is instrumental to keep the economy running. The construction of this depot, therefore, is a strategic move to improve the country's energy security.
We are here today for a project that will enhance our fuel availability, affordability, and reliability. We bear witness to the commencement of a major national strategic project, and one of the many which were launched recently by His Excellency Dr. Mokwezi Eric Yabetumasis. As noted in our National Energy Policy of 2021, Botswana is completely reliant on imports of refined petroleum products from neighboring countries, mostly from South Africa. This over-reliance on a single source and a single route poses a high risk to the security of fuel supply, as has been witnessed in the past when there was prolonged fuel supply shortage. In the past, we relied, as we are continuing to rely, on a single product, but using a single route. So that was the problem that we had, and this is what we try to correct.
The project has been well received, as it is also expected to facilitate job creation.
Re solehetse ditiro re le beng ga re le batho ba gantsi rona ba Chobokwane re setse re ntse sego ba kile ba ha ba dira yone trata e ba thapa ba le babedi tsholohelo ya rona re le baeteledipele ba kgaolo ya Khanzi South re bona batho ba rona ba tsile go phophoma mabapi le tsa itsholelo bogolo jang ba ba le mo dikgwebong ka go itepa lesego.
The first phase of the project, which is divided into 4 categories, is expected to be completed within a period of 12 months and will commence in January 2024.
Raha a storage facility ha ya 60 million liters. Me ga se mabolokelo a ditanka kana ha re a kantse ditanka hela jaaka go se go tlhalositswe go na le administration offices, go na le staff houses. Meja ka mo parlamente na bua gare a ge matlu a mantsintsi ya staff house ke hela ba bereka mbosigo me re tsholohelo a rona ile gore ba goebi ba tle ba ge matlu a mangwa a ka tlhokega nna boroko re skara ra ba tsela kgwebo
la itse go ga go mothaba me a betla re ka mosebele re nyane re sa itse ra go mothaba gore go re tšhentše re ire senane ya le tla bolira gore re be re simula re le ba go sele re sa re lebi motho o tla la ntse itse gore go na le motlhaba ga a tsena wa tšhentšha nyaano go motlhaba o montsi ne re sa solela gore motlhaba a Chobokwane o kana a ba re variation a teng e be ya go tsaya madi a pega kwa re be re sa nne le storage ka kwa yaanong ke raya gore ba gaetsho a re se ka ra dira jalo ka dikgang tsa gore hela nnyaa ke goromente o tla ntsha madi.
The 183 million Pula civil and building aspects of the project has been awarded to Estate Construction, which is a 100% Botswana-owned company. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Khanzi.
The Vice President, Mr. Sohwane, says government will continue devising programs aimed at supporting the elderly. Mr. Sohwane was speaking at a luncheon organized by Mupipi Health Cluster employees for the Kidiye elderly to recognize their contribution to this country's development.
These are some of the Gidia pensioners who graced the luncheon, which intended to show appreciation for their role in Botswana's development. The elderly also received some gifts from the acting president.
Vulnerable.
le batho ba ile ba khona go itirela dio ka bontsi re gona le modi ko he modi ke botsadi jo ile re bore tsisitse mo lehatsing le ka kwa re ha ka lona ha ka ne se lona go ka bo go sena tafole yone ga ka ne se ka lona go ka bo go sena jone Botswana tsho le dirile go le gontsi
rona ka dingwaga tsa rona ra ke go ntsha batho di out kana go ba lemoga botlhokwa jwa bone mme ke tsela mongwe le mongwe wa itse gore ga go stare ga gona ka se ka tshela ka tese sena modi.
These elderly have played a significant role in building the country's status as a beacon of democracy.
Ga se puso ya khokgontsho ke puso ya thokomelang batho bile ga se puso ya tsholo ya madi. Le tshwaretse gore le tshwaragane temothuo temo ke ne re rutetsweng nna ke bua ke sentse ke lwa le go lema ke bolawa ke matho go sa bona.
The acting president reaffirmed the government's commitment to addressing challenges faced by the elderly.
Ke re le lemogile ka melao e ile amang bagodi. Le ta thusiwa ka dithuso tsotlhe tse di le tshwanetseng tse di harologaneng. Go booking la thusiwa torna la hatsi hela mlele gore boko ja rona booki ja rona bo mahala o tsamaya go tsena ko di operationing le go iswa ko mahatsing a le go ruletsi ja ga go butshwere ka nako wa go bona booki ko ano re lebogele go itshoka ga lona mo le go itshokang ka bobelo telele ja lona ka go tswelela le ntse le emi le hatse la lona nokeng le puso ya lona nokeng.
In terms of developments in that area, residents were assured that the government will continue graveling the road that links Kidia with other villages to keep it in good condition, especially during the rainy season. Sebastian Teboho, BTV News, Kidia.
Strong winds and heavy rainfall have left a trail of destruction in Zamaya and Sivia villages. This trail of destruction includes blown-out roofs, tops and collapsed buildings. Abigail Maduro reports.
Zamaya Primary School is one of those that were affected by the storm, which blew off roofs from some buildings, leaving stationery exposed and some books floating in the water. Private properties were also not spared, as about 20 homes in both villages were affected.
Tota go na le tshenyo e tona ditlase di setse di rutumologile di sanke di hatsi di emeletse le ka diplanka me ya di class tsa teng tse di amegileng thata ke di class tsa free go ntse le gore tsotlhe di emeletse di dutse e go gora gore e nngwe class ke ne re beile dibuka mo teng dibuka tsa teng ke dibuka tse dintsi hela tse le gore re ne re designer library dibuka tsa teng ke tse le gore di senyegile di wetswe ke di ceiling di tetse metsi tse leng gore ne di le hase di metsi tota e nnile tshenyo hela e tona thata.
Nna ke kopa gore nya letso a Motswana mongwe le mongwe o ka re tswang thuso ba ga re thuse le se ka ra ba gore government hela ke ena ka re thusetsang batho le rona ba ile gore re Batswana a re utlweleng ba bangwe bothoko go nneng ga re ka re lebele gore go senyegile jang.
The Natural Disaster Committee is said to be ready to assist those affected.
Disaster thata tsa di people le jang mina re go gore ga rona mono ra tsamaya le metse e mebedi ya wa tsamaya le Sivia o ile gore ke yone ne ile bega ya megile thata.
Those affected by the storm have expressed their gratitude at the assistance they have received from stakeholders.
Ine a re phakela ka ta ka thusiwa ke bo mabipele go ne ba tsile phakela ne ba tla ba botsa gore a gona thuso ya potlako e leng gore ine ka tlhokagala mme no go sena sepe se se ka tswa se senyegile thata mme ba bua gore go tata ba bangwe le bone ba ne ba kgabola ke bona e tlile ba nthusa gore ba re ba tla mpatela dijo
Some of the victims have appealed for sensitivity from the public, as they state that some people use pictures of their affected homes for social media influence at a time when, as victims, try to deal with their losses and try to plan on how to get back on their feet. Faithy Ditete, BTV News, Zamaya.
The government will build 28 police stations across the country in the next financial year. Speaking at the official opening of the Kaudwani police station, the Minister of Defence and Justice, Mr. Kagiso Musi, said this is government's efforts to address issues of crime. Pretty Mokgweetsi.
Police officers in the village used to offer their services from the Kotla, but now that it's a thing of the past, following the construction of this 1 million Pula police station. With these developments comes high expectations of improved service delivery.
In 2015-2016, ga tsewa ditshwetso tsa gore re nne le gore re lebe metsi go go ka tolosetswang ditlamelo tsa sepodisi teng. Mme Kaudwane o itlhetse le gore kelehelo le le tlhotlhwa le leng gore ke la dikgolagano go golaganya metsi yotlhe e ko morago ga lona le bajanala mo kgaolong le gone go tsena mo phakeng ya rona le ka thusa thata gore bajanala ha ba le gaugi ha ba batla ditlamelo batho ba ba gaugi le metse e gaugi ba batla ditlamelo ga mmogo le one paballo ya diphologolo tsa rona.
Ba getho burukutli bo tsentse le bogo mo lehatsheng le la Botswana mme ke sone se le bonang re le phata la sepodisi re me ka dinao re le ka go rage ha mapodisi ba ka direlang teng ha mapodisi ba ka nnang le ha ba berekelang teng gore re itebaganye le burukutlibo mme hela ke ngwa tsone di police station tse re di bulang mo lehatsheng le la Botswana.
The area member of parliament, Mr. Friction Lue, has urged government to also look at other projects and developments such as roads.
Ke tsile go lebogela ofisi ya ga Tona Musi gore bo e rile mo dikgaolong tse di sokolang tse di batlang di police station tse di tshwanang le rona re la tswe ke thware mo Kaudwane e re mo bogompienong re bo re tsile go bula ofisi e kgotsa e tsile go re neela semmuso re lebogela so seo Tona hela jaaka re ra makorwana na buaga a rona a raletse khudumela tšo mmono gore ke mongwe a metse e metona re tlhoka mo go tsa 28 tse nneng o di bua tseo re tlhoka go bona e nngwe e le ko khudumelatswe re tlhoka go bona e nngwe e le ko salajwe re tlhoka go bona e nngwe e le ko Motokwe.
Police officers have been urged to fully utilize these facilities and ensure efficient rollout of services to residents of Kaudwane and surrounding areas. Pretty Mokgweetsi, BTV News, Kaudwane.
As a way to mitigate the effects of deforestation in Chobe Enclave in Tutume, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations with other stakeholders formed the BOTSWANA Sustainable Miombo and Mopani Landscape Management Project in order to aid in restoration of the forestry. Kitso Temani.
By the virtue of decline in agricultural productivity due to forest fires and unsustainable management of land management, overgrazing, also deforestation in Chobe Enclave, there are factors that degrading the land management. The Miombo and Mopani project will predominantly aid enhancing the land management, which will ultimately grow food security and the livelihood of local communities.
An impact program, which you want to see the improvement in terms of food security, that can only be done when you are actually making sure that the land is productive. So what you're going to do under this project is to come up with activities that are going to enhance the productivity of the land. One of those issues, like we have to do some restoration aspect too, so that we can reverse and avoid land degradation.
The project stakeholders are here to unpack and build plans to restore the land that has been degraded.
We temogela impact ya se re tlabeng re se dira gore ha re beile in place policies re thusa go dira di-plan tsa di-integrated land use management plans, re dira capacity building ya our forest
extension services, re dira capacity building ya bodiredi hela ka kakaretso. Ministry wa tikologo, Ministry of Environment, le Ministry wa Agriculture. Ke one di ministry tse eleng gore di kopanetse go implement a project.
Stakeholders acknowledged the project and emphasized on relating well with the land management.
Ya rona tiriso le di bapalana ge gantsi ga se leng gore ra rema kante re bolasta re gotelele tsa go dira tsone ditatana tsa rona re tsa phatengwe be go ba go ntse go sala sethare sentse se eme
yana ba goroga go na le sengwe se ba se ba mo tafole e le dijo so batho ka bontsi ba thaloganya le gore go botlhokwa gore re sumarele di tsanaga
ditlhare di tshwanetse gore di sumarelwe ka lebaka la gore ke tsone tse le go di a regisa mme le tsone gore di ate kana di kgone go tsala di ntse gale mo lehatsheng di tlhokana le yone thuo ya notsi ka gore ha re lebeletse go gwedisa ditlhare mo botsogong ja rona ke gore e be di gwediswa ke tsone dinotsi ke ka mo ke ne ka ntsha yone ntlha gore gongwe notsi tshwanetse go sumarelwa thata gore re tle re kgone go ka tshela ka gore re tshela ka tsone ditlhare.
Communities are asked to lessen deforestation, but rather partake in the enhancement of land management. Kitso Temane, BOTSWANA Television, Kasane.
The Kgalagadi Land Board is owed about 17 million pula in lease rental areas. This was revealed by the Land Board Secretary, Mr. Nicholas Motlogelwa, who reiterated that this affects their cash flow and ultimately service delivery. He made the remarks during a workshop with business plot owners in Hukunzi recently. No Muduma.
Collection of lease rentals is one way in which the Land Board is able to augment what they get from the national budget to be able to provide the necessary service. Mr. Motlogelwa says the high lease rental areas leaves a dent on their coffers and also shows lack of cooperation by their clients.
Le commission a l'air et le bocona shop. On a travaillé dans la mécanique. On a travaillé dans la moitié. On a travaillé face à mon prototype.
These attendees also expressed their concerns, which included late response to grievances by the Land Board.
$600 by $400. Without my knowledge,
Mr. Motlogelwa further advised the gathering to make the most out of the land they have by forming partnerships and seeking assistance from financial institutions.
So let's get into partnership with or list out or level this. That's what the level thing. What they might do. Never you only need to compare.
The Land Board therefore made an appeal to their clients to settle their bills on time to avoid their debt accumulating and making it difficult to settle. Neo Mudungwa, BTV News, Hukunzi.
The women in Silibepikwe have shown progress and determination to join efforts in uplifting their lives and contribution in the development of the country. They proved their commitment yesterday by organizing and participating in the Christmas High Tea initiative, where they shared ideas and wrapped the year 2023 in high note, while setting the tone for the year 2024, courtesy of Women to Women magazine. Karabo Mulisi.
The drizzling and cool weather did not dim the light and mood for the women in Silibepikwe. They showed up for the high tea in fashionable, colorful outfits to resemble the various challenges they encounter in life and the radiance of determination to unlock and rejuvenate their overall well-being and strength to claim their rightful position as women.
pina ya setšhaba ya re emang bomme tlogang banna mo go supang gore mokgwele otlhe wa gore re ka tlhabolola lefatshe la rona o mo go rona bomme.
As espoused in the theme for the day, the women seized the opportunity to network, share ideas and programs aimed at empowering them.
Empowering her. Go tla go abelana dithuso, go abelana dikgakololo le bomme ba bangwe le go tshegetsana. Re tshwanela ke go itse ke go tlhaloganya our spiritual stability, our spiritual health. How we tlhaloganya se go botsa pelo ka se ya maikutlo.
When you wake up in the morning, you look at yourself in the mirror. Love what you see. This is you. Yes. And there's nobody like you. And God made you like this. Love and accept yourself. Always try to find ways to improve yourself, to be healthy, to be the better version for yourself.
Conscious for continuity, the girl child was also roped in for real-life lessons and experience.
This shows I've seen it with a lot of women. My mother is an example. She holds a lot of strings, right, in order to provide for the family. And I think it's really beautiful to be a woman. For the girl child to initiate change, she has to be aware of the power that is within her. And it is our responsibility as a community to facilitate an environment whereby the girl child knows that she has a voice.
The women in Silibepikwe are geared up to welcome the year 2024 and draft resolutions with confidence, having acquired the much-needed motivation, knowledge and skills that they can use to achieve their dreams. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silibepikwe.
You're watching BTV News and thank you for staying with us. Now moving on, 22-year-old Ruth Thomas from Masunga was crowned Miss Top Model Botswana 2023 last night in Gaborone. This comes after a tough competition between her and 9 other models who came to showcase their modeling talents with the intention to scoop the title. Mojadi Mukibelo.
Last night witnessed the first ever Miss Top Model Botswana pageant, which is an earthing modeling talent amongst young girls who have striking modeling features and have a dream to improve their craft and be international models. The night saw 10 models who came dedicated to scoop the title to represent Botswana at the Miss Top Model World in Egypt next year. And the confidence exhibited by Ruth Thomas from all stages of the competition saw her being crowned the first winner of the Miss Top Model Botswana.
I think what made me stand out more was being authentic, be myself, not looking around who is doing better than me. I just became myself. I had a relationship with the inner me, so it helps me to take out what I'm feeling at a moment. So I think that helped me to be able to be present in the moment and to feel what I'm doing as much as I'm seeing what I'm doing.
The pageant aims to grow the industry in leaps and bounds and helps give local models international exposure.
Honestly, you know, I've been in this industry for 14 years now. And I think there's so much talent that needs to be unearthed, especially in the modeling space. You know, that is why I saw that there's a need for us to do something about it, because I felt it was neglected or there isn't much being done about it. Yeah, so this is to say to our models, there is light at the end of the tunnel and we are here to give them all the support they need. Yeah.
The number one priority is that we help the girls to appreciate themselves and the garments that they've been given a chance to wear. We want them to wear this garment, to look beautiful and feel free and showcase their flair for fashion as well as their flair for style.
Praise Letebele and Rose and Javera flanked the Queen of the Night by scooping the first princess and second princess positions. Moja Timu Kibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Tumo Tsukudu and Lungu Dirang have been crowned queens of the first edition of the Little Mr. and Ms. Botswana Primary School's pageant. The pageant seeks to unleash and develop pageantry skills of young boys and girls in different primary schools across the country. The Little Mr. and Ms. Botswana Primary School grand finale was held in Gaborone on Saturday. Monica Sitswaila.
The world of pageantry in Botswana has grown over the years, with the country having produced many queens from various pageants both locally and internationally. However, there has been a gap in grooming young ones with the pageantry skills from an early stage. The Little Mr. and Ms. Botswana Primary School pageant seeks to close this gap, hence the attraction of children from different primary schools across the country. The contestants were divided into various categories to accommodate the young stars and those with disabilities. The 19 contestants walked down the red carpet to showcase their talents, culture and display their evening gear. The top 3 finalists under the various categories expressed their excitement for having managed to win under what they said was a tough competition.
I want to show young girls like me that it is possible to be what you want.
When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer because I want to help people get justice. I'm very happy.
The initiative aims to inspire the young ones to realize their dreams and potential.
They are fresh from home, any modeling agency, so that we can unearth and unroot talent. We've got contestants as far as Lobatse, Serowe, Sojwe, Totome. It's all over the country.
3 contestants from each category are expected to participate in an international pageant in Malaysia next year. Monica Saswaila, BTV News, Gaborone.
Member of Parliament for Gabane Mankgodi constituency, Mr. Kagiso Musi, urged Christian Haven School of Ministry graduates to continue rooting for education, as it has the power to empower them with the right skills and knowledge to be able to lead. This was held during a ceremony purposed to congratulate those who have done well in their studies. Refile Mutube.
Affiliated and accredited by different religious boards internationally, Christian Haven School offers academic opportunities to elderly pastors, with the school mandate being to recruit more student pastors. So far, 80 students graduated, of which 18 hail from Mankgodi village.
Member of
Parliament Mr. Kagiso Musi has pledged to support the school, as it is through church that the community is being built and developed.
Through
the school which is on the line, the school is online for 1 year certificate. First year is certificate, second year is diploma, third year is higher diploma.
Christian Haven School representative Ms. Alice Mwanza promised to continue driving this initiative of providing academic assistance to pastors. Refilo Mutube, BTV News, Mankgodi.
The Botswana Defence Force Band continues its journey across the country to extend a helping hand towards the need. In its Kanye leg of the nationwide concerts, the band donated 20,000 pula to Kodison Center, a charitable organization that takes care of orphans and vulnerable children in Kanye. Kisogofetse Makwinja.
The BDF band in concert style continues to be a crowd puller. It is these revelers who make it possible for the military men and women to extend a helping hand to those in need. The band's chairperson, Colonel Kibagwile, says it is overwhelming that Botswana still support them despite the 3-year break post the COVID-19 outbreak.
This is the 14th place we are in, and we have donated to 20 charitable organizations, amount up to 425,000 monies that we have donated so far, of which this year the budget was 450,000 for all the venues that we'll be visiting.
For Kodison Center, this donation is an answered prayer, as it came at a time when the center is in need of cash injection.
ke itumeletse masole a Botswana mo go gakgamatsa madi a kana 25,000 bana ba ga ba duele sepe mme ba thusiwa ke dikereke tse pedi tsa UCCSA tse di mokanye mme madi a ba ntshang dikereke tse ba tsa mo meneelong ya sontaga le sontaga mme ba tshwanetse gore ba duele babereki ba sekolo be ba rane sekolo ka one jaaka utilities, teaching aids and other things. So madi a re abetseng gompieno a tlisitse monyinyo o motona mo diatlhogong tsa rona ka gore na le matlhoki a mantsi a e leng gore you are going to meet them ka madi a.
With regards to Sologelo le Twetletso, yone teng but we cannot compare it to the previous years as re ntse re le kgang ya dikoloto tse tsa itshwelelo mo COVID as we are witnessing the Ukraine le Russia in order as of now e affecta le hasela economically global economy. This year it was after COVID and the preparations did latanyana and which I don't blame people but the response that we see to me is promising.
Botswana have been requested to continue supporting this initiative as proceeds are used to touch lives. The band will hold its last concert for this year's tour in Lobatse this weekend. Kese Rofetse Makwinja, BTV News, Kanye.
Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. Jose Ronkwe on standby to take you through the world of sport. Jose Ro.
Oh, yes. Good evening. Olivile, how are you?
We meet again. It's a great evening. It's a great evening.
Yeah. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, Olivile, it's a great evening. And yesterday it was another beautiful night indeed as we witnessed various artists being awarded at the Botswana Music Awards. It was beautiful indeed. And I loved the fact that it was not only just those from back in the days, even the newcomers, we saw them and they were doing so well. And congratulations to all those who won as well as the nominees.
It's incredible what we are seeing happening right now. The spotlight you already mentioned was more on those who are upcoming. This is to encourage those who are in the creative space to say, opportunities here. We recognize your talent.
We recognize your talent indeed. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Olibile. And greetings to you all. As he has already mentioned, I'm Khosronkwe, bringing to you Botswana Tonight sports news. And with that, let's get straight into it and start with the top leading story. Security systems downed Orapa United 2-1 in a Botswana Premier League encounter played this afternoon at Lobatse Sport Complex. Systems goals came through Bokangra Tipana and Tato Okoputse, while the Ostrich's goal was scored by Tapia Nyamanjiva's penalty. Let's take a look.
Try and release, is it set for the other side? Flows a good ball in. Oh, you can see the indecisiveness of Malapela. It's a goal by Ratipana. It's a beauty. The referee says no penalty. On the counter, systems can break them. 3 against 1. Idilidalis. Tempo. Ratipana. It's a beauty. Tato Hopute.
Whenever things are going, whenever you need to make the right decision.
Eric Okame goes down. Penalty. The Zimbabwe to give Orapa the first goal, and he does calmly so. They are back in it. They have given.
It's a very big 3 points. We really needed this points more than I could imagine. As you saw the fighting spirit on the pitch. So I'm really happy about the 3 points, but there are things that we need to address going forward.
We continue to struggle. I thought today we had given it a fight, and it took maybe 5-6 minutes of madness, and at the end of the day, it's what cost us the match. And you look at their first goal where their player escapes from the pressing zone, but we still had ample time to regroup. And we didn't, and where we thought we would have a go at them looking for an equalizer, they hit us on the break, and at 2-0 it was always going to be a tall order. But when we scored, we still had time. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and we lose once more.
Prisons 11 wrapped up the year with a 1-1 draw against the Muchuri Center Chiefs in a Week 10 National First Division South game played at the SSG ground yesterday. The result leaves the Waters on position 10 on the log standing with 10 points from 10 games, while Chiefs remain fourth with 15 points. Let's hear more from Katlaho Kakule.
Both teams started the game on a front foot each, not showing respect to each other. It was, however, Prisons 11 who scored the opening goal in the 30th minute of the first half, courtesy of Kutlwano Sentsu. The Warriors held on to the lead until the game went to recess at 1-0. In the second stanza, Prisons continued piling pressure on Magosi's defense, but goalkeeper Tumisan Selulwane had a good day in office, making great reflex saves to make sure Prisons does not double their lead. Just when everyone thought Prisons was home and dry with a 1-0 victory, Hofauna Molapi leveled matters in referee's optional time to end the game on a 1-1 draw.
I believe I played well, except for poor finishing. Otherwise, the whole of the game I did well. I created chances. Even on the last minutes, we created 3 or 4 chances, but we couldn't convert. That's where we failed.
One of those games, to me, it's 2 points lost. I don't think the game. After game after the win I think the boys thought maybe an easy game. Complacency be creeper in. We try to talk to them about it or win bajelwe rejelegana semalo ba ibe baja for how recipe mo you play the game we will celebrate that. I think that's what killed us today.
In other Southern League games played yesterday, Lock leaders Janenyan Stars humiliated struggling Mogoditsane Fighters 10-0, while Unao Flamingo Santos edged out Extension Gunners 1-0. Notwani returned from Zabong empty-handed after going down 2-0 to Desert Ngau, while Black Forest and Tlokwen United played to a goalless draw. In the First Division North League, Motlakase FC defeated Peacemakers 2-1, while BR Highlanders edged out Mbalakalungu 1-0. Lock leaders Chadibe FC shared spoils with Santa Green, playing to a goalless draw, while Zabotle FC beat Sankoyo Bushbacks 2-1. Katlaho Kakule, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And now wrapping up the sports news with the chess. The organizer of Besa Masaiti Women International Master Norm Tournament, Charles Masaiti, says that the tournament, built to start tomorrow, aims at creating a platform that will develop players from the grassroots, both locally and across Africa. Masaiti said this today at the official opening of the tournament in Gaborone, which will be hosted in collaboration with Botswana Chess Federation. Victoria Darken has more.
Masaiti noted that the tournament, which is on its debut edition, is named after local chess player Besa Masaiti, who became the first chess player to win an award at this year's Sports Award ceremony. He added that the tournament will help players to grow in the game from intermediate level to professional level, and it will pick up the pieces left by the Rababonaha initiative.
With this tournament, we are going to have 2 categories. That is the WIMNO, which is made up of the best of the best. This is the best of the best. That's why you see that in Botswana we have 3 players. Dr. Francis, whom I could say that is more or less like the captain of the national team and is one of the seasoned players whom we believe that is still there, should play here. Naledi Malape, the just recent winner of the Botswana National Sports Council Elite Scholarship, believing next year is also going to play here. Then Besa herself is also going to feature here. Then we have high-rated players who are grandmasters, who are women international masters, who are international masters playing in this event.
10 players from Botswana, South Africa, Nigeria, Romania, Poland, Georgia, France, and Mongolia will compete in the tournament.
This, I think it's a vision. I wrote it down last year in 2022. I said I want to help grow an initiative that can promote chess in Africa and, of course, encourage young girls and boys. We took the theme of changing the game for the girl child because I believe that's something that is very necessary in today's society. We want to encourage our young girls that there is more to life.
I think I'm very lucky still to be invited in this competition. Hope this tournament will be really important for region, your country, but also Africa to promote women chess. I've done another event in the past to promote African chess with a program of International Chess Federation, FIDE, and with Susan Polgar some years ago, and I was making formations in Madagascar, actually. So I'm really happy to continue this tradition, let's say, to promote more and more in African countries chess.
The tournament starts on the 18th and is expected to end on the 24th of this month at Cresta Hotel in Gaborone. The overall winner of the tournament will walk away with 12,000 pula, while the runner-up will take 10,000 pula and third place will receive 8,000 pula. Victoria Dakin, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet next time, have a blessed night, and let's continue on rallying behind the hashtag #RChange, hashtag BW mindset change. It is very, very vital. With that, let me bring it back to Ulibile Samoka to give you the headlines of tonight. Ulibile.
Thank you, Jose. Let's meet again next time.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much,
right,
my brother.
And that is the news this hour. Let's take a look at stories that were making headlines. Government to build fuel depots across the country to ensure energy security. Devising programs to support the elderly remains at the top of government's priority list. And in sports, security systems, Downs Orapa United in a Botswana Premier League encounter this afternoon at Lubatse Sport Complex. Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. I'm going to be back to wrap up the show.
On behalf